when I was 30, I was a little, oh my God, I'm 30. Yes, I think at that time I was a little conscious. Young girls, they're talking about boys and, who's that interesting guy. I've got a little dog, Archie, and most certainly I can't run after him. It's like having a baby at 80, it's impossible.
I just want you to talk for 1 minute about that how 80 can be the new 60, how you've managed it, and how, I know the younger lot in the audience, it seems all very far away, but it comes quicker than you think.
I've never really consciously thought, I've never really consciously counted that I'm, 15 or 20 or 30 or 40. I think when I was 30, I was a little, oh my God, I'm 30. Yes, I think at that time I was a little conscious of, I looked at the mirror and sort of if there is any huge changes from one day to another. But otherwise, I take one day at a time. And of course, I can't run after Inaya. Now I've got a little dog, Archie. And most certainly, I can't run after him. It's like having a baby at 80, it's impossible. And he wants me to play with him. And I can't do that really. And yeah, things change. You don't have the same energy. But I don't think there is any huge difference except, like I said, you're losing your muscles, so you have to make sure that you don't. I think exercise and muscle toning and all that is important. So you have to take a little bit of more care of yourself. But other than that, the books give you pleasure. I take inspiration for everything. I love nature. I mean, in Delhi, it's a bit difficult. Sometimes you don't see the sun for days in Delhi in the winter. But once upon a time, it was really blue sky, and we used to sit out and have tea surrounded with seasonal flowers, and it was quite different not so long ago. But yes, but I think of late the sky has cleared up and it's looking much better, and sometimes we glimpse blue sky. So it's a challenge for the state and for all of us to keep our city clean, which we are doing. But I get inspired with so many things. Like there are people. I went to Khajuraho, I remember, from Bhopal. We drove, and there was a couple of my friends had come from England, and she was very interested, and he was reading a book all the way to Khajuraho and back. I said, but don't you want to look out of the window and see this? I mean, Khajuraho Road is not as interesting, perhaps, but in Delhi or Kolkata, it's a living theatre out there. Like when I used to, I did a film with Amul Palekar called Samantar. So I used to leave my house in Kolkata and go to Bali, quite a distance, living early in the morning. And on either side, people were still waking up. And somebody even had a charpai with a mosquito net sitting out, sleeping outside. And then children crossing the road and somebody making them cross the road. And then there was coming back, we could see that there's a light hanging from somewhere, and there's a table and 4 people playing carom. There's so many things out there to see. And once I saw a boy was being naughty and he was being slapped. Somebody's bathing, in the tube. So there are a lot of things that are going on all around us. And if we just have to open our eyes and absorb that and experience it. And when you really cannot respond to your surroundings, I think that's the time you begin to perhaps get old, if there's such a word is there, that yes, that the idea is to get along and observe and see people and have lots of young friends, because they have so much to say, and it's interesting. Sometimes when we are talking about, there's somebody told us that how conversation changes. When you are young, young girls, they're talking about boys and, who's that interesting guy, and has he called you, or has he written to you, or whatever. There's about boys. Then you get married, then you have these marital problems you discuss with each other. Then you have children, then you're talking about maids, which is a good maid and where do you find a good maid, and my maid has left, and that's the conversation.